the world economic order has changed since then. China has become a big power in financially as well. China is very active in bilateral and multilateral negotiations on using Chinese yuan as a trade transaction, trade currency. ASEAN as a group, as a major trading partner. I would like to know your views about both in terms of ASEAN and specifically Malaysia, if you think that Chinese currency will take over US dollar in the next 5 to 10 years. Thank you.
When we use the US dollar, that is because at Bretton Woods they decided that the US dollar is the standard. $1 is 36, 1 ounce of gold is 36 US dollar. They fixed that at that time, and that was the gold standard. For a time, of course, when we buy and sell things, we are actually thinking in terms of gold. And then, of course, they decided to go off the gold standard. But they still maintain the fiction that it has the same value. It doesn't. Now 1 ounce of gold is about 1,200 US dollar. That's how much the US dollar has depreciated. But we have been brought up to think of the US dollar as the standard. Why should the US dollar be a standard? Other currencies too can be the standard. But the US will feel very unhappy if you drop the dollar as the standard for currencies. If you don't use the US dollar, the US will go bankrupt immediately because he owes the world $14 trillion which he cannot pay. It doesn't have that much gold to pay. So if you switch from US to the Chinese currency, the US is going to feel very unhappy. And I think some people had ideas about that, and they have been taught not to have such ideas. But as you know, I suggested at one time, we should have an East Asian currency. And we should have a different way of trading, more like barter trading than the current way of trading. Barter trading, not in the sense that we change goods for goods, but we change value for value. If your import is 100 million, your export is 90 million, then to that particular country, then you have to export 10 million more before you can achieve full payment on both sides. That is one way of doing things, but somehow that idea was not approved by certain authorities. So now we have the Chinese coming out, and China is going to be very, very rich. I know them. I know the people in Malaysia also. We have 26% Chinese people, and they are very, very diligent, very dynamic. They can build any country very, very quickly as they have built China. So imagine 1.4 billion Chinese, very productive, becoming very, very rich. Why should they use the US dollar? I mean, they are the people with the money, with the property, with the wealth. So one day they may decide that if you want to buy, you have to use the Chinese currency, and you will have no choice. You will have to use Chinese currency. I don't know how long we can resist, but it will come one day.